Bangkok isn't exactly known for earthquakes, but a few days ago, the floor beneath us shook, and for a split second, everything stopped. As slow travelers, we've had all kinds of adventures, but this was the first.
In this video from Your Time to Travel, we're sharing what it felt like to experience an earthquake here in Bangkok, whether we're planning to leave, and if now is still a good time for you to visit this incredible city. And just a quick heads up, check out the links in the description below. Some of those are affiliate links, which means we may earn a small commission if you choose to purchase, at no extra cost to you.
Okay, so I guess everyone, in the world knows that there was an earthquake in the neighboring country, Myanmar, that was 7.7 magnitude on, the scale they use. We've seen as high as 8.3. I'm not sure what kind of scale that is, but Myanmar, the city where this happened, Mandalay, and a small city outside of that, totally devastated. That's about 650 to 700 miles away from Bangkok, and we felt that pretty strong. So I guess thought we were a little dizzy. Yeah, yeah. We had just finished working out. We got home. We were relaxing, just on our laptops, watching TV, and I thought I was actually dizzy.
Yeah, same. I've heard that from that explanation of how it felt from a lot of people is that you kind of just thought that it was you and you were dizzy. But it kind of happened and then happened again, happened a third time. And then we kind of looked at each other because every time it got a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger until, well, finally we kind of looked at each other like, are you feeling that? I'm feeling that.
Yeah, and about that time, we looked out of the windows toward the front door, toward the hallway of our condo, and there's a condo being renovated, so we saw all of the workers running toward the stairway. So by that time, we kind of figured out, oh my goodness, this is an earthquake, which we didn't know happened here.
Yeah, because our chandelier was, it was swinging. Our dog, Benny, he started whining like he knew something was wrong as well. So we quickly evacuated our building. Our building is 8 floors?
8 floors.
8 floors. So we're on the 5th. So we went down the stairwell as everybody else did in the building, and it was very orderly. Felt like it took forever just to even get down 5 flights of stairs, especially with the dog.
Yeah.
But we all made it outside. Everybody made it out safely. And then when we got outside to the street, just looking in both directions of our street, you could tell it wasn't just our building. It was everybody on the street was pouring out into the street. And I wish we had video of that, but you brought your phone. I left everything in the house, but it kind of wasn't on our mind really. It was scary. We were talking with our neighbors and everybody was kind of just like,
people were out with just shorts on, no shirt, no shoes. It was caught everybody off guard. We talked to a couple of our neighbors that were from this area of Thailand. They had never experienced one before. So it was as scary as it was. Looking back on it, could have been a lot scarier as far as reaction from everyone here in Thailand. But considering what happened, everybody stayed relatively calm. Everybody just went outside, evacuated. No one was in hysteria. No one was having a meltdown. No one was running back and forth. I know we've seen some videos of showing people were running in chaos and all that. We didn't see the chaos in the videos. We heard people saying there was chaos. But what we saw, everyone quickly got outside trying to figure out what's going on. I had to re-download X, formerly known as Twitter, to get real-time information to verify, we just had a big earthquake and it originated in Myanmar. And one of our neighbors knew what town that was and how far away it is from Bangkok. And so, and then I saw that it was registering as a 7.7. And so eventually we got back inside and saw, that a building had collapsed in Thailand, which goes into our next topic, just our personal reaction, because we're watching news, we see social media, we've seen other YouTube videos where people are talking about, hey, they're leaving Thailand, they're leaving Bangkok, and we weren't going to do a video about it, but it's kind of a big deal. And we're here, I guess you can say, ground zero for Bangkok. We've been, we were here. We were actually here. We've even seen videos of people that weren't actually here that are talking about it. But honestly, Bangkok had one building that collapsed, right? It was under construction. There's a lot of controversy about that building with the company. They're actually under investigation by the Thai government. And I read somewhere today that there may be a report coming out this week with the findings of their investigation. So I think this company was promising some new revolutionary beamless type of flooring for a skyscraper, which sounds interesting. And that's the only building in Thailand that collapsed. So we did a lot of digging, got online, seeing what the laws were as far as buildings, earthquake proofing the buildings here. And seems like I read even today, that as of 2009, the building codes were updated to where if a building or a high rise was built anytime after 2009, it should be up to code, because structurally, some of the high rise we're hearing had some damage, but nothing catastrophic. The only injuries and unfortunate deaths that happened were associated with construction sites, and the main construction site over in the Chattachak Park area, which is one of the famous weekend markets that we go to quite often, at least once or twice a month. So that's pretty sad, because we see how they bring in the work crews on trucks, and it's a lot of young men, a lot of young women that are on these crews. So we kind of know what the crews look like going in and out of work. They work long days here. A lot of crews work 10-hour days, 6 days a week. So, I mean, it's pretty sad when it comes to that from that standpoint. It's pretty sad. So, but our reaction is the city handled it very well, considering. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody was shocked. Aftershocks, there have been over 200 aftershocks in the last 3 days. How many have we felt? I know sometimes I feel like I'm just dizzy again, but it's gonna take a lot for an aftershock to get 600 plus miles away from Myanmar, which is where the fault is. So I don't think we're gonna feel any more. But we've had Grab drivers and Bolt drivers reading the news constantly, giving us updates, and while we're in the back of their car, letting us know, hey, there's an aftershock, or there's a threat of an aftershock. But everything's been going pretty orderly here. Been very impressed with the people.
Yeah, definitely. I would say probably the day that it happened, we did stay home, and I feel like probably the rest of the city probably kind of went home to check on their families and everything. But the next day we did go in, on Sukhumvit on the BTS to get some food, and it was very quiet. It was not as crowded as it normally is, and I feel like probably, this is just my own perspective, and it might be totally wrong, but we were talking about it, and probably just the Thai people are so conscientious and so thoughtful that they probably were home, taking care of their families, being respectful of what happened with the workers that, the crews were still looking for. And then, just kind of like where we're from, compared to Thailand, doesn't have a lot of natural disasters. But we were just talking about, I know for my own self, being from America, being from Florida, I mean, dealing with hurricanes, multiple hurricanes, every year, that sometimes I feel like maybe we're desensitized to how impactful natural disasters are, because for us they happen all the time, where in Thailand it really I don't think, from what I know, happens at the rate and the speed as in the States. So I found myself just thinking more about how desensitized that we were, just being from the U.S. and just being here and being around a community that was very calm, very caring. Everybody was kind of online checking, the friends that we've made here. They're kind of communicating with us just to make sure we're okay, and we're checking on them. So, and we do that in the U.S. too, but we get back, I think, kind of get back and.
Yeah. So something that we didn't really think about until all this happened was right before we came here from America, we rode out a hurricane in Tampa, Tampa, Florida. We rode out a hurricane right before we came here to Thailand while we were in Tampa. Before we sold our home almost a year ago, we had a tornado less than a mile from our house. And we happened to be on the second floor having a little meeting, and things started happening. And it turns out we had a tornado because the rain was coming sideways against our side, at the side of the house window, which never happens. And it turns out we had a tornado less than a mile away from our house. A year ago, almost to the day, I was at work in Missouri, and at 1 o'clock in the morning, I can't sleep because we've been warned that this major tornado outbreak is about to happen. So now I'm dealing with a tornado at 1 in the morning, and it turns out that was only a couple miles away from my hotel, and I'm on a high floor. We've been through many hurricanes, being Floridians. I've been in blizzards before. So yeah, we kind of maybe we are desensitized to a certain point, but we don't scare very easily, I think, because of all we've been through. Because we've heard some people say they're going back, it's like, okay, you can go back wherever you're from, but man, I wonder where you're from that has no natural disasters. Actually, before we came to Thailand, we were in Mexico City that has tremors every day. So if this were to happen in Mexico City, or a little over a year and a half ago, we were in LA in a restaurant having lunch, had a 4.3 earthquake while we were there. So yeah, we've kind of been broken in on the natural disaster thing. Yeah. We haven't had a tsunami. Hopefully we never experience a tsunami. But I think in wildfires, we had wildfires in Florida decades ago. We've breathed that bad air, so I think we've dealt with almost all the natural disasters, unfortunately. So which leads to the next question. Are we leaving Bangkok? Are we leaving Thailand? And the answer is no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where in the world aren't there natural disasters? Yeah. The infrastructure here is sound. The buildings are standing, they're open. I mean, there's some structural damage to some of the condos, depending on how old your building is, or some of the buildings are here. Our condo opened up in 2007, and we only have 8 floors. Everything over here is solid concrete construction. So we're great. We're great. We feel safe here. The people are great here. So our slow travel journeys will continue.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, experiencing that here in a foreign country, I think that probably the one thing that we quickly did was to alert our family, because it was in the middle of the night for them. Yeah. And we didn't want them to wake up in the morning, see that on the news, and be worried about us. So we kind of alerted all them like, hey, this happened, but we're fine, we're okay. I guess that's the only thing you kind of think about is, wow, I'm really far away from my family if, something, devastating was to happen. But all in all, I think the community came together and handled it very, very well. And people that we've met here reached out to us. We reached out to them. Everybody was well. A lot of people saw a lot of things, especially the high rises, which most people know. Well, I don't know if most people do know, but a lot of people know that high rise skyscrapers are built to sway, whether it's from the wind or being earthquake proof. There's even videos out showing the foundation of one of the newest high rises moving as it was designed to do by the engineers. So everything worked here. The infrastructure is sound, safe. There was no looting. There was no criminality going on. Everybody was just outside being nice and orderly and friendly and caring. It was
It was unfortunate that this stuff happened, but it was kind of comforting to see that it was calm chaos, if you will.
Yeah.
So the next question is, should you visit Bangkok right now? If you had plans to come to Bangkok anytime soon, should you still come, in our opinion? Just our opinion. We're not going to tell you anything besides our opinion. And the answer is...
Oh, I would say yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
I feel like the airport is wide open.
Yeah, the airport never shut down.
Yeah.
The two major airports here never closed.
Yeah, the BTS is up and running. You know, everything. The malls are open. The temples are open. So I would say yes, absolutely.
Yep. Yeah, inspections
Sure.
were done on the structures here quickly, and further inspections are continuing on some other buildings that, if they had concerns, they're being inspected further by engineers. But for the most part, the city's back. Like, I don't know if you've seen videos of what this city looks like, but this city is amazing. Very modern, very high tech, very safe. Yeah, city's wide open for business.
Yeah.
You should absolutely keep your plans. If you're planning on coming here, you should absolutely keep your plans.
Yeah.
And you will not regret it. You'll be very happy you decided to continue your trip over here to Thailand and Bangkok for sure. So, before we go, just want to give a couple of final thoughts on the people of Thailand. Once again, just seeing them in a stressful situation was very comforting. Our neighbors were great. The response to all of this stuff was great. I mean, it made us feel a whole lot more secure being here doing such a major event for them. Went online trying to look and see when the last time Thailand experienced a major earthquake. I didn't see anything of this magnitude, and most of a couple of earthquakes that I saw were up in the Chiang Rai area, but most of the earthquakes happen over in Myanmar. Some happen in Laos, but Thailand as a whole, yeah, besides the mountainous region, like Bangkok has not had and still hasn't had a direct earthquake hit them because they're not on a fault line. So this was very freakish. But the city handled it well, the country handled it well, and we're very impressed. And, feel for the people at the Chatuchak construction site where they're still trying to find people. But everything's been handled very well here.
Yep, I would definitely agree with that. And, kind of being in that first responder field that, our professions were, it was very different being on the other side, because normally when things like this happen where we're from, we're usually called into work or working, and we're the people that are taking in the influx of the emergency. So this was just to be a citizen and just to experience it and not have to switch into that gear of working. It was a little different, and the experience being in Bangkok, everybody handled it pretty well. Yeah, very well.
Yeah, very impressed with the response. Good on you, people of Thailand. Very impressed by you once again. And no matter what you're seeing out there, this is a great place to be, so don't be scared. If you've never experienced a natural disaster, good for you. But natural disasters are called that for a reason. They're kind of unpredictable for the most part. And, hopefully you'll be okay on the back end of it. So thanks for watching this video and allowing us to share our view. The American expats over here in Bangkok, ground zero for Bangkok, but not ground zero for the earthquake. Hopefully everything works out well for the people of Myanmar, because they do have an infrastructure that was not ready for this kind of thing, since they're in the middle of a civil war. So hopefully they get all the help and assistance they need. But we're going to sign off for now, and stay tuned for our next video, and we shall see you all soon.
Stay safe.